We know the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad.
There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. Because the owners of this country don't want that. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork, and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours. That's the big answer to everything. Education. They said we need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms, more schools. We need more testing for the kids. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind three things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago you were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care.
So, a rich little man with white hair died. What has that got to do with the price of rice, right? And why is that woe to us? Because you people and 62 million other Americans are listening to me right now. Because less than 3% of you people read books. Because less than 15% of you read newspapers. Because the only truth you know is what you get over this tube. Right now, there is an entire generation that never knew anything that didn't come out of this tube. This tube is the most awesome goddamn force in the whole godless world. And woe is us if it ever falls into the hands of the wrong people. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We're in the boredom-killing business. So if you want the truth, go to God. Go to yourselves, because that's the only place you're ever going to find any real truth. But man, you're never going to get any truth from us. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you that Kojak always gets the killer and that nobody ever gets cancer in Archie Bunker's house. And no matter how much trouble the hero is in, don't worry, just look at your watch. At the end of the hour, he's going to win. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear.
What do you believe about America? Is it true? Are you helping to divide us more? Or are you helping to bring us together? Do you really understand what this country is all about? And I hope that everybody, once you've examined your own particular agenda, will try to make it fit better into what we should really be doing. And believe me, there's an awful lot of agendas going on in this country that are dangerous to Americans. You see, nobody gets up in the morning and sets out to do evil. Nobody consciously does that. I've never met any person in my entire life who said, I'm evil, I'm going to do evil things, I like to do evil things, I want to do evil things. They don't exist, in my knowledge. Even if we do something wrong and we know we're doing something wrong, don't we attempt to rationalize it in our own mind and to our friends to justify what we're doing?
The world is like a ride at an amusement park, and when you choose to go on it, you think it's real, because that's how powerful our minds are. And the ride goes up and down and round and round. It has thrills and chills, and it's very brightly colored, and it's very loud. Some people have been on the ride for a long time, and they begin to question, is this real, or is this just a ride? And other people have remembered, and they say, hey, don't worry, don't be afraid, ever, because this is just a ride. And we kill those people. To ride. But we always kill those good guys who try and tell us that. You ever notice that? And let the demons run amok?
When it first started, I was followed in a car, and my phone was tapped, and I think they wanted me to know to scare me, and I was scared, paranoid. People thought I was crazy then. I mean, so, you know, oh, you big-headed little maniac, right? Who's going to follow you around? Well, what do they want? You know, that's what I'm saying. What do they want? You know, I'm not going to cause them any problem.
It surprised me when I heard that Lennon had been under surveillance, that he'd been wiretapped, just as it did when I heard that Martin Luther King had been. These sort of things that came out of the FBI really caught me as being so unnecessary and so risky, and why?
I can't prove it, you know. I just know there's a lot of repairs going on in the cellar. I know the difference between the phone being normal when I pick it up and when every time I pick it up there's a lot of noises, you know. And I'd open the door and there'd be guys standing on the other side of the street. I'd get in the car and they'd be following me in a car and not hiding. That's why I got a bit paranoid as well. They wanted me to see I was being followed, you know. Suddenly I realized this was serious, you know. They were coming for me one way or the other, you know.
He could have stayed in music, stayed away from drugs, kept his mouth shut about what he liked or disliked about the United States. Don't get involved in any politics. Just sing your songs and keep quiet. Everything would have been fine. But now when he starts financing the people that we're trying to put in jail, then that gets kind of serious.
It's just a ride. But we always kill those good guys who try and tell us that. You ever notice that? And let the demons run amok?
Nobody's ever given peace a complete chance. Gandhi tried it, Martin Luther King tried it, but they were shot.
Because we are not only a cultural and political threat, we are a military threat to those generals that are running that war and controlling young kids' minds.
take control.
Does this pistol fire the dart?
Yes, it does, Mr. Chairman, and a special one was developed which potentially would be able to enter the target without...
But also
perception.
the toxin itself would not appear in the autopsy?
Yes, so that there was no way of perceiving that the target was hit.
I don't want people to listen to me and walk out of here and just accept the things I have. I kind of like it when people go out here and say, boy, he's nuts. Because they'll go and they'll try and research to prove that I'm wrong. And the more they research, the more they start believing me. It is impossible to research history and to research the conspiracy without coming away a solid believer.
Sergeant Claver were dispatched initially to a domestic assault where someone was cut with a knife at the above address. Officer spoke to the witness. She said she saw the suspect with the knife. She then said that her husband grabbed a can of mace from his vehicle and sprayed the suspect as he was getting closer and being threatening with the knife. Mrs. K.O. then said Fritz kicked the knife out of the suspect's hand, grabbed the knife, and then stuck it in the ground to keep it away from the suspect.